Welcome back to Cosmic Respawn Gaming. In today's Moonlighter video, we're going to have some tough battles, finish catching up on the campfire chat with Zenon, and do a lot of major upgrades for the store, weapons, and armor. Since we've got money but are low on resources, we're going to prioritize the biggest upgrades for us and upgrade the chest piece and sword and shield. It's time to dive. Our goal in this episode is to grind for materials and gold mostly, and try to upgrade the store along with see what we can do about the desert quest we've collected. I will be skipping the boring or unnecessary rooms. Skipping back to the start. And I'm gonna skip to the start again here also. Having a flame effect on my sword is pretty cool. It's like a semi-automatic weapon. I think I'm starting to understand the patterns better of these mini-bosses. Alright, floor 2, let's see what we can find. Well, this is a busy floor. Oh boy, a mimic also. Not good, it has range and pushback. Wow, that thing hits hard. 156 damage for a direct hit is crazy. I'm gonna have to deal with the other enemies first, while also trying to dodge the mimic's attacks. This is not a good spot to be in. We may end up falling in this room. Already down to 2 potions. I can't access my inventory either. Final potion. No inventory access to any backups, and it's now just us and a ranged fight. I did cut out most of the fight due to the length since my bow's not upgraded. The time to beat this mimic was ridiculous, especially since I couldn't afford any hits. So after the first room on this floor, we've only got 4 potions left. There's a stone pillar for a secret room in the doorway. It's one of the ones that you activate for a fight that spawns 3 portals, that also spawns dungeon guards, and at the end you're rewarded with a chest for beating it. My guess is one of those sand squares that fall into the hole wanted to spawn the secret room and glitched out due to the sparkles not being able to be placed where they want. Now for the second floor's mini-boss. Well, my dodging skills are not great here. This fight is going to be another grind, and I'm already low on potions. I'm gonna have to retreat. Here's the first dungeon summary. Alright, we're back in town. Let's go see what our haul brings in and allows us to upgrade. Here's our sales summary. We made 220,000 gold. With this money, we finished upgrading our armor by getting the boots and helmet upgraded. I also restocked potions off screen. Sadly, the bow upgrade is way out of our price range at the moment. I think we're only going to do part of these for now. Looks like Crazy Pete is a subject now, but let's go back and start with Mother. Your mother was an angel. She was so quick to love, even as a child she would take care of everyone. She brought a mutt home one night during a storm of biblical nature. It was a pathetic-looking creature drenched and half-starved. Your grandfather wanted nothing to do with it. But one look at your mother and he caved. That mutt soon became Duke. He was your mother's partner in crime for years to come. Chameleon Duke. How about father? A scoundrel. At least that's what your grandfather would say. Your father was a good man. A great man, really. But his charm did steal your mother from your grandfather. The sad fate of all fathers. But yes, Will, your father was a man of his word. He assisted in running Moonlighter with your mother as if it was his own. Times were tough there at the end. They are tough now. But your father and mother were a team. Through it all, they were a team. Well, I think a natural progression is to ask about grandfather. Oh, you want to know more about that stubborn grandfather of yours? He, I, and Crazy Pete would often sit together at this fire at night. He sat right where you are now, actually. The three of us would discuss the day's lows and highs. I remember the night your grandfather dropped his pack, lit a cigar, and just sat there in silence with a grin on his face. After an awkward silence, he told us, "My daughter had a son today." Well, now I think we gotta finish this chat by talking about Crazy Pete. A fool, but a dear friend. They called him Crazy Pete because he didn't dungeon dive for treasure or glory. His prize was information. In a time where people wanted to get rich or have their heads bashed in, Pete just wanted to know what the dungeons were. He would spend days in those dungeons, wherever he is now. I hope he is at peace. Be well, my friend. Okay, that's enough for now. Let's go diving again. Well, let's see how far we're going to get this time. I think I'm going to skip the entire floor since I found the next floor right away. We need the more rare loot that doesn't drop much on floor 1 anyways. Nice, only got hit one time. If you didn't realize it by now, I start with a free hit that looks like a shield next to my armor bar. It's a free hit at any amount of damage, at least it seems so. So floor 2, here we go. Let's see what we can do this time against this thing. Wait, that's new. I didn't know it could teleport also. Nice, not too bad this time. Didn't even need any potions. Let's skip floor 2 also. Who knows? Maybe we're strong enough to find the final room. I noticed one of the enemies glitched out here also. I don't know what's happening today. Yeah, it didn't even fight back. Let me know how y'all are enjoying the series down below. I can't believe it hit me there. Man, between the lava pools and having 2 of these cubes, it was a long, hard fight. I entered this room with 4 potions equipped. Just gonna jump in instead of fighting. Okay, let's get out of here. I don't have enough potions to go much further. Here's the run summary. Alright, let's see how much we can make. I want to get the bow upgrade, the cash register, and the store expansion if possible. But I also have to restock potion. And if I expand the store, we will need more decorations if that trend continues. We're going to accept this quest since fire puppets are extremely common. Oh man, we got a race starting. Who's going to pick the first item? I honestly have no idea who's in first. Huh, I wonder if it was determined by who got there first. Normally it's determined by who picks up their item first. Well, here's the final sales summary. We made 550,000 gold. Let's start with upgrading our store. First, I'm going to upgrade the cash register for an extra 20% income. I'm tempted to do the bed also, but I think I'll wait until after the store expansion because I would still prefer the bow upgrade first. Alright, let's do the shop expansion now. Nice, another achievement. Hope you like this one. I've put a lot of effort into it. Looks good, and it seems like we may have a helper in the store. But it seems they may take 30% of our profits. We're gonna need more decorations now also. First, I'm gonna finish our campfire talks with Zenon. We've only 2 subjects left and 3 locked ones. I forgot I gotta go to the log to speak to him. We're gonna start with learning about Ryan Oak. Your entire life has been spent in Ryan Oak, boy. What do you wish to know? Before your time, the birth of Ryan Oak? That was a crazy time. Once these dungeons were discovered, people flocked from every land. Ryan Oak quickly became the most diverse town in existence. Gold just flowed into your pockets, and everyone walked around with a smile. It was a town far different from it is now. Okay, let's talk about Tomo. Tomo, eh? Why would you want to know more about her, my boy? Wink. Well, as you know, she is a kind girl, albeit a bit strange. Her parents left earlier this year to travel and document other parts of the world. They left her alone on the promise that she would never travel past the 2nd floor of the Golem dungeon. She grew up an ever-curious girl, always wanting to explore. She has broken her parents' rule more than once or twice, I'm sure. It's funny. She was asking about you yesterday. Yeah, I figured Tomo was the obvious future romance option for Will. Maybe in Moonlighter too? We have 3 locked options, so I'll have to occasionally remember to check in. Let's see if we can afford the bow. Well, we can definitely afford it, so let's get it. Well, I went to sleep to change it today so I can shop at the decoration store. I guess that's my helper. Let's go talk to them. Hi, Will. I can sell some of your items if you want to take the day off from the shop. I will take 30% of the benefits, but you will be free to battle in the dungeons. Oh, that's what that meant when I upgraded the shop. I can let my new employee run the store for me instead of running it myself, saving me time but costing me profit. Well, let's go shopping for decorations. I'll buy the fruit bowl for an increase of 20% tips. Actually, I'll just buy all the forest and golem decorations. And I'm also going to buy desert cloth. Okay, back to the store. I'm going to use the desert cloth for the quest delay. The fruit bowl for the extra profit. And the plant for a 25% reduction in thieves. Also the green plants for an extra 20% walking speed for customers. Here's the due dates for the quest we have. Sadly, the one due today was impossible to finish for the enemies were so rare. The second one is already finished. I've got the items in a chest, and the fire puppet hunting quest shouldn't be too hard to finish. Now I'm going to save and see you in the next episode. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and comment down below. In the next episode, we're going to try to complete those 2 quests and see if we can't beat the desert dungeon. If this isn't your first video and you're not subscribed, I'd very much appreciate you doing so. And remember, every respawn is an epic quest.